Now invite the Free Squadron Detailing Corps to parade the ensigns. That's the RAF 5 Squadron, the 75 Squadron and the New Zealand Bomber Command Association. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Welcome, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 11th Bomber Command Commemoration Service, which we hold Prince's Birthday weekend each year in this Hall of Memories of the Auckland War Memorial Museum. Today's service is being held jointly with 75 Squadron Association, which is holding its biennial reunion in Auckland this year. This joint service remembers all those who died in RAF Bomber Command and in the post-war 75 Squadron.
Veterans, we especially welcome you as visitors, and in particular our distinguished guests who include our President, obviously, who we've just heard from, our Vice President, Keith Bowles, GFC, the patron of the New Zealand Bomber Command Association, Air Vice Marshal Peter Stockwell, Order of New Zealand Order of Merit, and AFC, Chief of the RNZAF, Air Vice Marshal Tony Davies, member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, the representative of the RNZAF Base Commander at Whenuapai, Wing Commander Rachel James. The Royal Air Force is represented by Master Aircrew Andy Burrows. And we also have the British High Commission represented by the Defence Attaché Commander Guy Hayward, the Australian High Commission represented by Defence Attaché Captain Christine Clark. The Kingdom of the Netherlands is represented by His Excellency Ambassador Rob Zuckerman. And we have a late apology from the Honorary Consul from the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mr. Saka Hetman, who is not able to be here because of his wife's illness. The Republic of Poland is represented by the Honorary Consul, Mr. Bogusław Novak. The US Consul by Mr. Sean McLeod. The Auckland District RSA is represented by Ted Creelman. 75 Squadron Association President Bruce Keatley is here, and also I believe the Secretary of the 75 Association, William Turner. And we also welcome the members of the 5 Squadron, RNZA, the Royal New Zealand Air Force Association, the Brewery Club, the RNZA Museum, and of course the Museum of Transport and Technology. We have received many heartfelt apologies from veterans who, for various reasons, simply cannot be here. They have been sent the order of service for today and will be able to participate in their own way, albeit in other parts of New Zealand and the world. So I now invite the service to be conducted by Chaplain Ken Deekema, the RNZA Chaplain Whenua.
A poem of remembrance, prayer. So it's from Chaplain Neville Sullivan. It says this: They felt the call to mount up high, with valor fly the trackless way. High in the vast expanse of sky, young men they flew by night and day. Through cloud, through fire, o'er land and wave, from hell, this world they strive to save. So many never made it back, their lives their final sacrifice. They fell from cannon fire and flak. For peace they fought, but at what price? Wilderness that included battles, wandering, starvation, death, refinement, molding, shaping, repairing. They were about to enter into the land of rest, where they would settle and grow, live and flourish for a time. And the passage says that the mass of people stood at the edge of the Jordan River and a miracle was performed. The river stopped flowing for a time and allowed the people to safely cross into the land. And before the water returned to its place, their leader Joshua instructed a symbolic gathering of stones from the riverbed. These stones were to be stacked in a symbolic way. They were called standing stones, that in all their trials they may know your love and support. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. Most holy God and Father, hear our prayers for all who strive for peace and all who yearn for justice. Help us, who today remember the cost of war, to work for a better tomorrow. And as we commend to you lives lost in terror and conflict, bring us all in the end to the peace of your presence through Christ our Lord. Amen.
The war to end all wars. Today we reflect on a small portion of that time. And the generations that have followed have been very fortunate. We have never had to serve as our forebears did, and we therefore face a challenge. Today, as we celebrate those ordinary...
Mr. Mayhill, President, distinguished veterans, new families of veterans, ladies and gentlemen, young friends too. Each year on 4 May, the Netherlands commemorates all those civilians and soldiers who have been killed or murdered in the Kingdom of the Netherlands or elsewhere in the world in war situations or during peacekeeping operations since the outbreak of the Second World War, which for us was 10 May 1940. A day later, command contained 2 Dutch squadrons, number 320 and number 321. In 1941, the latter was absorbed by 320, but a new 321 squadron was formed in 1942 to fight the Japanese in East Asia. The RAF contained another Dutch squadron, number 322, which flew in Spitfires, first to intercept the V rockets.
Veterans, Vice Marshal Stockwell, Vice Marshal Davies, Your Excellency, honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen. On the 1st of April this year, the RAF was 100 years old. My own squadron, 120, reached its 100th anniversary on the 26th of January, On the 1st of April, it was reactivated again to fly P-8 Poseidon multi-mission aircraft. We will train with our American cousins, and by 2020 we will bring a much-needed anti-submarine warfare capability back to the North Atlantic. On the 27th of March was the 75th anniversary of the 617's raid on the Royal Downs. And on the 17th of April, this squadron was also stood up again to fly F-35 Lightning aircraft.
Mr. Mayhill, distinguished veterans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to start with a heartfelt appreciation from the members of 75 Squadron to Bomber Command Association for the invitation to take part in this memorial service. We appreciate it very, very much. 75 Squadron history is forever intertwined with that of Bomber Command, and it is a part of our history that we are all inordinately proud of. Our involvement, or the New Zealand involvement with our squadron's history, started just prior to the outbreak of the Second World War. The New Zealand government had ordered 30 modern Wellington bombers and had sent crews to England to undergo training, and the crews were there present in August 1939 when war became increasingly likely.
The Commemoration epitaph. When you go home, tell them of us and say that for your tomorrow we gave our today. I now invite Chief Queerman from the Auckland District Royal New Zealand Returns and Services Association to read the oath.
Their glory shall never die. The whole wide world is their sepulchre. Their epitaph is written in the hearts of all mankind, and wherever there is talk of noble deeds, their names will be held in grateful remembrance.
They shall grow not old as we that are left